make sure you let me know if
You guys look great. Good to see you guys.
All right, can you say something again, Tim?
Yeah, great to see you guys look great. And
Awesome. I can hear you well too.
I got
Thank
you
you
guys
for
some
being here. Say
flowers.
hello to
I
Rudy.
got you guys some flowers.
Oh, thank you.
Smell
So
them.
sweet.
Smell them.
That is so cool, Tim.
I know.
Thank you so very much. So, if you're joining us on Facebook, go ahead and go to our family page, and if you go log in on your phone and just bring people in because it's private.
Oh yeah, I already
So
confirmed.
okay, so just but anyhow, if you're on Facebook, come on to our family page, and that's _Horror Family. We're gonna bring you on. We have Tim Storey here on our live. Thank you for being on our live, Tim.
Well, I'm very excited about being with you guys, but also, JJ, I think the podcast you did with me was one of the favorite that I've ever done, being interviewed by a man. It is so good. We got to find out more ways to promote it. So Joseph is right here. We're going to promote it more. You got to promote that more. That was so powerful. I think it's just two men going at it. And are you getting a good response from the podcast?
I am getting the best response that you can think of. I gotta agree with you, Tim. I was very excited to have you on my podcast. And just and my wife and Jasmine will probably say the same thing. That ever since we have done good, great, godly way a transformation in my life, and I will forever be in debt with you on that. And I between two men, and that we connected on a personal level, and that's why it's having so much great interaction, and people are the feedback. It's been amazing.
Yeah, so let's continue to promote it because I think it's so good. But I want to say to your wife, because look at that wife you have. Thank you for having faith that he would become something, because he was handsome, but I think he was working at a warehouse. Thank you for having faith in my little brother.
Always. I've always believed in him.
So tell Tim, and this is why I wanted to bring you on, Tim, and thank you again so much for being here with us. Tell Tim how it was when you and I first got together, like in regards to our situation. We were just two kids. Yeah. Honestly, we're just two kids that didn't know any better, Tim. That thought we could do something and create something, and but it was very challenging, and like in every way, shape, and form you could think of, Tim.
Well, I mean, I was 19, you were 20, so you could just imagine. We didn't know anything.
Wow.
Yes.
And
now,
so,
listen, were you guys? Did you have big dreams at that age, or tell me a little bit about that? What was your mindset like?
You know what? Well, my mindset. Oh my goodness. For me, like we had our kids back to back, so my only focus was the kids.
Yeah.
I didn't have, JJ was the one that was out there grinding, and I was home with the kids. I didn't really have that, my dreams were not that big because I was raised in a family where, I mean, I'm not talking bad about my parents. I have amazing parents, but it was always, how was it? Every time we wanted to do something, it was like, no, you can't do it. That's for other people.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I mean, that's the way it was. So
Yeah.
I didn't have big dreams. I was just having babies. That's what I was doing. I was having fun having babies.
We're busy, Tim.
Exactly. Hey, but listen, you know, I love your son. I'm so proud of him. I'll tell you, I'm going to break down your children right now. Your son is got a great mind. He's very practical. He watches things. He's watching all the movies. Okay? Okay, your daughter that's right behind you right there. Okay? Look at the brilliance of her, of the call of God on her life, the brilliance. With both of your daughters, they have calls on their life. They're called to be at another level. And the thing that I like is that they are willing to cooperate with it. Because just because you're called doesn't mean you cooperate with it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm proud of you girls, just so you know, that don't be at the standard of these other girls out there, of just like pretty girls that are out there that just being pretty. They are at a whole other standard. They're called of God to shine, and they are blessed to be a blessing, to take the Hara legacy from what you guys have done as mother and father to their lives, to their children, and beyond.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate that, Tim. You know, I've my son, I think he just jumped on here right now. And April, she flew out to Texas late last night with her friends to go and do some what is it, a clothing. They partner up on a clothing line, and then they had to go out and do some stuff. But I really appreciate you, Tim, that you say that. How important do you feel, Tim? You know, because they hear from me all the time. Her and April, they hear from me all the time because I'm the dad. I have to be overprotective. But what do you think as far as a parent nowadays being overprotective with their kids? What can you say to her in regards to that?
Well, I'll say this as your cool uncle, is that if you were not as valuable as you are, then we should just let you run wild. I mean, we should just say to you, like, whatever, he seems cute, date him. Or if you spend the night, whatever. But the reason we're so protective is because of your value. And I remember when my children were little, there was an armored truck. They called them a Brinks truck, Brinks. It's a company. Right. And they had pulled up in front of a bank, and both of my little kids were very, very little. And my little daughter was probably about 7, and she says, "Dad, look at that. Those guys have guns when they're coming out." And I said, "Honey, that's because they have like money or gold or some kind of currency, and they're protecting it because it's so important." And so that's how we are as parents. So we're protecting our kids like a Brinks truck because they're more valuable than gold and they're more valuable than money. So that's why we protect you. If you were not valuable, we would just leave you alone.
That's right. So what do you have to say to that, Manuel? You're doing something to her right now. She's tearing up right now.
I care about her. You know, when I see you at church, I look at you, I care about you, and I see your brilliance, and I see who you are becoming, and I see your potential. And that's the thing about when you're your age, you always have blind spots. You know, your mother and your father, they never knew they'd become who they are now. But you have blind spots. So in those blind spots, we have to be careful not to bring blind people into our blind spots.
Mm.
A blind boyfriend, a blind friend. Don't bring blind people into your blind spots.
That's good.
That's so good. So do me a favor and text April and Damien to make sure. I want to make sure that they're on right now. But this is so good, Tim. And so, as you know, we started doing the Hara family live every Monday.
Yes.
At same time, 8 p.m. And the reason for that, Tim, is because there's a lot of people that some way, somehow relate with us on a personal family level and also on the business entrepreneurship. As you know, the whole
Yes.
family, we're in business, we're full entrepreneurs. We're literally breaking chains of generations of, like Ruby said about her parents being so close-minded and stuff like that.
Yes.
And I wanted to bring you on because I just feel there's some need. And by the way, you haven't seen the podcast with Tim and I. My goodness, the video, Tim. If people, there's a lot of people already heard it on the podcast, on the audio, but you have to go watch the video on YouTube.
I agree.
It's like literally it gets me chills every time I think about it, Tim. That's how deep and powerful that was. But I wanted to bring you on so we talk about the balance between family and business. There's it seems like right now the big thing out there is hustle and grind. But along, and we talk about this on the podcast, but along the hustle and grind, we can lose our most valuable assets, which are family. What can you tell everyone about this?
Yeah, so the reality is that if we thought that this world was the end of our lives, then you should be working 24 hours a day. But we do not believe that this is the end of our lives. We believe that we are eternal beings. Is that when God changes our life, he says he gives us eternal life. So the Hara family will be on earth for a long period of time, but then you will step into another place, which is a heavenly place. And so what happens is that God sets up kingdom principles. This is very powerful. He says, I came to give you life and life more abundantly. Most people don't believe that. They go try to get what was already given to them. Jesus said, I came to give you life and life more abundantly. So why do I have to go get it if he gave it to me? Okay, so number one, when you guys became Christians, he gave you abundant life, but now you have to manifest what he gave you. That's powerful, right?
Yes.
Okay,
So
it's been given to you, and now I have to manifest it. Now, I have to manifest my life. What is my life? My life is my physical being. It's my mindset, okay? It's also my job, my finances, my family, my social life, my spiritual life. It's all those different areas. So you need to prosper with your daughter, with your son, with your other daughter, with your wife. This is what I'm always talking to you as a man. But then you have to understand that the way you work as a businessman is not how somebody else works as a businessman who does not have a relationship with God. If they don't have a relationship with God, they should be running even faster. Mm-hmm. But when you have God, his super comes on our natural. So as I talk right now, I'm in 90 airports in the world. I just got text 4 more times today from people all over the world. I'm seeing you in airports everywhere. But look how laid back I am. Mm-hmm. Because I'm doing my job, but I am supernaturally blessed. When you're supernaturally blessed, God makes things happen that are at a supernatural level. So that's where the Haras live. And this is what the world needs to see. That it's not just you being on your grind, and away from your wife and away from your daughters and your son. No, 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 1,000 times no. You work hard because we're hardworking people culturally. We work hard, but we also realize God's hand is on us. God's hand is on us.
This is so good. It's so good, Tim, because I think there's a lot of there's just a lot of confusion, and I hear from people in the business all the time, that it's they tend to lean more on one end than the other, and then sooner or later you see the unbalance. We're like, if we're rating ourselves, if you like rate yourself on the spiritual life, on social life, on family, on finances, everything, and a lot of times we're off, and I have done that exercise on myself, and I realized at one point that I was off on family and spiritual.
Yes.
And this is where, when I came to you, and little by little, I feel like we're starting to balance things out now. We're maybe what it was very important to me 2 years ago, now it really isn't, because spending time with the family may be more important, or being more detailed in certain areas of my life is more important.
Yeah. So there's a great scripture to all three of you, that it says, as you delight yourself in the Lord, as you spend time with God, he will give you the desires of your heart. And I'll tell you a little secret of mine. When I was young, I wanted to be an actor. And so I got to be in a movie many years ago, the Michael Landon story on CBS. I played myself. Mm. And then recently I've been asked to do 2 more movies, which I'm going to do probably at the end of this year and next year. But I'm talking at a high level, like no small stuff. So, but I didn't look for that. It came to me. And I feel like as I have got close to God, he has given me the desires of my heart, of things that I almost forgot that I desired. Mm. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And so that's the beauty of it. And that I think that a lot of times people think that spirituality is going to take from them. But truly, as you guys know, as you've gotten closer to God, God has illuminated your life where you start thinking more clear, and what's important begins to stand out. What's important stands out even more.
You're right. How do you feel about that?
God just got the chills.
Yeah, I mean, JJ, you got one of the best wives ever. I always tell you that. Because I'm going to tell you something about your wife, because you know her better than anybody around. She's a tough woman. But you needed tough. You needed someone that's like going to get in the trenches with you, right?
Yeah.
She's tough. But at the same time, she's got an amazing grace about her. A calm, a grace, a biblical grace is growing in her. A lot of the influencer wives I see do not have that. They don't have it. They don't have that kind of grace, that kind of kindness, that kind of caring, that kind of compassion. In the Bible, it's called the fruit of the Spirit. Mm-hmm. So I think if you would have married some weak woman, you would have been in trouble.
Well, besides the trouble part, Kim, I don't think I would have been married right now. I don't think I would have my beautiful kids. I don't think I would be the man that I am now. I got
everybody's saying Ruby's amazing. Ruby's amazing.
Look at this.
Thank you.
She really is, Kim. I've always known that I've God chose a great woman for me. I've always known that. It took some time to honestly, for me to appreciate that. And a few years back, I told her, babe, it's time for me to give back to you. It's time for me to pamper you. It's time for me to like literally take care of you the right way that I should have done years ago. And I really believe that if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be the man that I am now. Man, she's put up with so much that you have no idea, Tim.
Yeah, you could say the words. We're
Yeah,
not in
yeah,
church.
like
We're not in church.
yeah, it's and I'm not proud to say it, but I'm a person that I have, especially the people that are here on the Horror page. Those are people that really know who we are, and they follow us for a good reason. And I got to tell you, I am who I am because this woman has had the nerve and the patience to really put up with a man like me, and I really am the person I am now just because of her, because I know that if I would have been with somebody else, my life would have been a mess.
Yeah,
Mess.
and I love that you're giving her credit for that, but I think that obviously she saw potential in you, and that she fell in love with you, and she believed in you, and she believed right. But let me go to you as a father, and to you as a mother. I'm really proud of you with your kids again, because I get to, as I travel a lot, I see a lot of kids don't like their parents. Mostly a lot of families that do very well, a lot of them do not like their parents. And for your kids to want to be with you guys in Florida, because I was watching your guys' whole trip to Florida. I don't know I just hope they don't get eaten by a damn alligator.
I was looking to wrestle an alligator, Tim. Oh shoot!
But for the girls to be as beautiful as you are, and both of you are so beautiful, and your son handsome, and all that. Again, for them to want to be around, it's unusual. Trust me, this is what I do. I life coach powerful families, the most powerful in Beverly Hills. So what you have is a beautiful thing, but in all honesty, on a scale of 1 to 10, you guys are just getting going. Because if you think you've seen success now, just hold on to buckle your seatbelts, because it's gonna go, and it's not gonna go just by human effort. It's gonna go because God says go. So when I went from normal Tim Storey, then I moved to Beverly Hills, and I had a house that had 7 bathrooms and an elevator. Those are things I don't talk about because I don't want to be that guy who brags about that. But I never made less than $1 million since I was 28 years of age.
Wow.
And so, I became that guy, and you don't ever hear me talk this way because I'm a very laid back dude.
You are.
And I don't push my stuff out there. But for me, when God's blessing came on me so heavily, I knew it was God, because I could not have ever hooked up with, Diddy and Kanye and Kardashian and everybody else. It was just a life that God gave me that I could not have manipulated myself.
Wow.
Let me say one thing. Like, everyone's trying to get me on Clubhouse, and I'm gonna do it because of a business I'm involved. But is Michael Jordan gonna be on Clubhouse for 12 hours a day?
No, I hear you. It seems like that's the trend now, and the newest thing out there, and everybody's jumping on it. Everybody's spending half of the day on it, whatever. I get it. Tim, I'm going to be selfish again, and by the way, thank you if you're here on the live. Thank you so very much for the support. Thank you for tuning in for Tim. As you know, Tim, it's I look up to you, Tim. Just tell Tim, because I think you've heard it from him, but just tell Tim what I say about how I look at him.
He looks up to you. He's always I think you talk about Tim every day. He says, we even tell him, I think Tim's your dad. You guys kind of look like you guys have to say sometimes.
I received that connection. But JJ, you need it. You need somebody that's a real man who believes in you. that believes in you and stands up to you because you're strong. And there's going to be times in your life where you need a real man to stand up to you. That's what Quincy Jones did for me, and Lee Iacocca and other powerful people. You need someone to like say, hey, like, okay, like we better check ourselves so we don't wreck ourselves here. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I thank you. I thank you so very much for that.
I want to say hi to my good friend Leanna Hawk, watching all the way from New York, because her time is like almost midnight, and then you saw everybody's on here.
Yeah.
Look at Grant Cardone is on right now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I
Grant,
saw that.
I love you. Grant, I'm so proud of you. I'm telling everybody about your show. Grant, just so you know, I sent out an email to thousands of people about your new show on Discovery. So Grant Cardone is watching us right now. I fully support your 10X conference coming up. Make sure you guys go to Grant Cardone's 10X conference. And Grant, I'm so proud of you and Elena. You know that I'm family to you guys. I'm so proud of your kids. And this is what's different about this generation. We are sticking together. When I get around Magic and Michael Jordan and all those guys are brothers. It's a new generation. We're not competitive of each other. We got to stand together. Grant is giving a lot of muscle arms. I love you, Grant.
Absolutely.
This is your time, Grant, and it's not going to stop, man. You're going nothing but up. Nothing but up.
You know, I was talking about Grant yesterday with a buddy of mine. He asked me, hey, what do you think about Grant? And I said, man, Grant's a different level. Grant from a year, 2 years ago, I said, didn't you just see the helicopter you bought? A black helicopter with like 10X. I said, Grant, he's on a different level. So Grant, big shout out to you. I haven't had the pleasure to meet you in person. Soon, for sure. We'll love to do that.
Well, the thing is, when you interviewed me, you had your 10X bag on.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's what Grant needs to understand. I'm just going to stay there for a minute, because that's like a comedian talking and Dave Chappelle shows up. So if a Grant Cardone shows up, pay attention. So the reality is that Grant is playing at a Michael Jordan level. And people need to realize that he's playing at that level. Don't be stupid enough to think that you're playing at his same level, because you're not.
True.
He's playing at a whole different level. And it's because it's the plan for his life to take people like us.
That's right.
That were strugglers.
Mm-hmm.
I came off the 10X stage one time, and Grant challenged me on something about a product I was selling too low. He said, Tim, don't undervalue yourself. That's a true friend that will get in another friend's life and say, don't undervalue yourself. So when a Grant takes off at a Michael Jordan level, we should applaud him. We should push him. We should protect him. We should get around him, because it's something that happens not every 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Usually it happens every 50 years.
That's right.
It's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Nelson Mandela, there was never another Nelson Mandela in South Africa.
That's right.
Okay, so we need to pay attention, and then you got to say to yourself, you know, stop being jealous of a person that takes off.
That's right.
Learn from them and draft. Let me just say this. If somebody is riding a bicycle, draft behind them. Draft behind them. And then what happens is that you begin to pick up what they pick up. And so this is what's happening in today's culture. There are some of us that have decided to make major impact. We're not fooling around. It's not time to just waste time. If you look at the focus of my eyes, I am not fooling around.
Yeah.
Joseph's right here. He knows all these women that DM me. I don't know. I guess they think I'm still 30. But they are DMing me They are DMing me more than ever. I don't stop DMing me. I'm not interested. It's because I got power coming from me.
That's right.
I got royalty in my DNA.
Yes.
I'm moving like a lion. Right?
You are, Tim, and again, I've the fact that you are here, you're speaking truth, because look at everybody just loving this, and the fact that you are saying what you're saying about Grant, that says a lot about you and who you are as a human being. See, a lot of people instead of helping each other, they bring you down. Instead of, like you said, admiring someone that's doing good, that may not be the case. Why do you think that is, Tim? Why do you think instead of helping and coming up as a group, as a team, and applauding for the individual, why do you think we do the opposite?
I just want to say, everybody's on here. I want to say this, because Albert Preciado's on. Let me just say this. When Phil Jackson had the Chicago Bulls, he had Scottie Pippen, he had Michael Jordan, he had Dennis Rodman. They were all different players. Albert Preciado is coming from where he's coming from, because he has his story that he understands, man. He has been through crap and back. You understand?
Yes.
He's been through different things than you, JJ, and me.
Yes.
So I stand for Albert, because he's growing in his own massive way,
yes,
with his own swag.
That's right.
But what we need to do as brothers is we need to shake the hell out of each other and say to each other, like, hey, you might consider this, or Tim, you might consider that, or JJ, you may consider that, or Albert, consider that. But what you're seeing is a lot of you younger guys like yourself and like Albert are coming up fast. And I give you credit, but continue to do it. Listen to some of us older guys like me and Grant that may shake you sometimes.
Yes.
And say, damn it, don't make the same mistakes as us. Does that make sense?
Thank you, Tim. Thank you. I personally appreciate
and I love you, Albert. I'm so proud of you. And whenever I need something financially, Albert's always there, because I do a lot of humanitarian work. I'm working with my friend Robert Downey Jr. You probably never heard of him, in the prison systems, all the stuff I'm doing. If I ever need something, Albert is always giving money. JJ, you're always giving money. Thank you.
You are very welcome, Tim. And I gotta say, I feel that in the circle that we're in the position that we're in as leaders, influences, whatever you want to call it, I feel that there's a huge responsibility upon us to do the right thing. And I just love the fact that you said that every now and then there's got to be that older brother that just shakes you up and say, hey, get it right. It's not that I don't want you to come up.
That shakes the hell out of you. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what Quincy Jones did to me. Quincy Jones is Quincy Jones. Someone needs to pay attention and watch his documentary to see who I'm talking about, who mentored me for 25 years. One time, Quincy Jones said to me, Tim, I want you to work on this project. And I got intimidated. So I went to a lady who's a famous writer. I mean, famous. I could tell you the movie she wrote, and I would say 7 out of 10 people are going to know this movie. Jamie Foxx was in the movie. Just trust me. I told the lady, Quincy Jones asked me to do this, and he wants me to help him with this project. I'm afraid. I was already in my 30s. Why was I afraid? I was 34. And so this lady says, you're not equipped to do this. Let me write it. But if it works, I want credit for it, and I want money for it. She was greedy. So I was intimidated. She wrote this up. I went to Quincy Jones' house, that little house he has, $28 million. So I go to his house, and he told me, do 3 pages typed. I gave him 3 pages typed. True story, watch. It's about 12 midnight, just me and Quincy Jones. And he reads the first page, you guys, and he gets a piece of paper. I'll take the paper. And he goes like this, and he goes, watch me. And he goes, Then he reads the second piece of paper. Watch. And he goes, what? And he goes. And then he takes the third piece of paper and he goes, throws it. And he said, how long did it take you to come up with this crap? And I said, what do you mean? He goes, you didn't do this. He said, who did this? And I named the person. He goes, get out of my house. Wow. It's a true story. I go, why? He goes, I'm upset.
Wow.
I love you so much. I don't want to say what I want to really say to you. Just leave. Oh my God, this is a true story. My mentor. I start walking out of his $28 million home, and he used to have 2 LAPD police department. They protect them so they don't kidnap him. And I go outside, and the one black guy that knows me goes, Tim, what's wrong? And I go, Quincy just kicked my butt out of his house. He goes, no, he loves you. I go, he just kicked my butt out. And I thought it was going to be like when a girl breaks up with you. I thought he would come running down the stairs going, wait. I didn't mean it. No, listen, you guys, I got in my car. I kept driving and nobody yelled at me.
You kept slowing down.
3 days later, his assistant calls me and says, Quincy wants to see you. I came in to his house and he goes like this, you disappointed me. Why did you have that lady write? I said, I didn't think I could do it. He said, why would I ask you to do it if I didn't think you could do it?
Wow. Wow.
You guys, it changed me forever, but he was tough love. He kicked me out of his mansion.
Wow. 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 Now, that's obviously a life lesson that you're till this day, you're still talking about it.
It changed my life. I got kicked out.
But it shook you up.
Even Oprah knew the story. Oprah told me, hey, I heard Quincy Jones kicked your ass out of this house.
Well, and that's cool, Tim, because again, I agree. Every now and then we got to have that person that shakes you up, and they do it in a good way. I feel that I do it with my girls like almost every day. I'm a very protective dad. I've just always been, even with my son, I've always been very protective, and so I really feel that every now and then people that really care for you need to shake you up. Tim, another question. What do you feel, and I know we covered this in the podcast, but what do you feel about teaming up? For the people that haven't watched the podcast, how do you feel about teaming up with the right people in your circle, in your life?
Yeah, so what happens is that you could be the right person. Like, mostly the age of your son and your 2 daughters, everything is about connecting to friends and the right partners, and I'm with my girls, that kind of idea. But you could be the right person, but you need the right partners. So you could be vegan, you could do yoga, you could do cleansing, you could do all kinds of things that make you terrific.
Yeah.
You could be the right person, but you have to have the right partners. Now, how do I choose the right partner? 2 things. I look for the mindset and I look for the motives, the corazón, the heart.
Yeah.
So you got to have the right mind and the right heart. So whenever young people are looking for the right partners in life, what is the mindset and what are the motives? And you say, well, how do I find that out? Just listen to somebody. The more you're around somebody, the more they'll speak what their mind and their motives are. If you date somebody, they'll speak what their mind and their motives are. I'm single. I've been single for about 17 years. So, if I go on a date with somebody, I got them figured out in about 7 minutes. Because I can hear what they say. I hear what they're saying. And their mindset and their motives. So I'll close with this because I got to eat. We just ordered food.
Yeah.
So right person, right person, then you got to have the right partners, and you got to have the right principles. If you don't have the right principles, that's why I'm glad the girls come to our church and your son. If you don't have the right principles, you're going to go off the path. Okay? So to both of you guys, can I say something about this right here?
Please, please. By the way, we went and bought 10 of your copies, and I'm gonna give them out to some people that are here on the live, and I'm gonna buy some more because I'm obviously I'm a big supporter. I believe in you, and I believe in your book. So please tell us about your new book.
So my new book, Miracle Mindset, I really like it because I really talk to you from my heart. How to go from a mundane life, which is just regular, to messy, sometimes a messy life, to life of madness, to start to think miracle thoughts in your mind. And I take you back to the place of innocence. My editor, I paid so much money, if you only knew. But he's a guest teacher at Princeton University. And he pulled out, this is the best work I've ever done. Oprah's going to interview me. Steve Harvey, I'm going to be on the Today Show. It's not easy to do. I'm going to be on the CBS Morning News. I'll be everywhere at one time. Okay? You're going to see me in 90 airports of the world talking about this book right here. Get this book, and it also has a workbook in it to help you with your mindset. Best way to get it, you could just go to timstorey.com. TIMSTOREY.com. Boom.
Boom. Tim, thank you so very much for jumping on our family live. I truly appreciate it. Everybody just loved you. Look, everybody just showing you love. Thank you so very much for believing in us, believing in this family. We're far from being the perfect family for sure, but we are just a family that want to do things different and want to get it right. And along the way, we want to help other families.
Yes, I'm so proud of you guys, and the journey continues. We'll see each other real soon.
Awesome. Thank you, Tim. Appreciate you.
So much.
Bye-bye.
God bless you.
God bless you.
So guys, how about this? Mr. Tim Storey on our lives. What do you guys think about Tim? Was this good for you guys or what? Just put something on their comments or emoji, something. What's your biggest takeaway?
My goodness, he always gives me the chills every time he says something.
You want to cry, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She wants you to cry.
Stop.
But what's your biggest takeaway, Memo?
Everything's amazing this church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, like you know what I mean. Like you can feel it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So guys, again, this was for you. In a selfish way, it was for us, because every time I talk to Tim, I always learn from him. But I will say this, guys: if you haven't watched the podcast with Tim and I, go to my YouTube channel. You'll find it under JJ Hara. Mm-hmm. Find the video. It's amazing. I'm telling you. He said it himself. He said that it's one of his favorite podcast interviews ever, because we go. You guys had a good time. Like we had a great time. I'm telling you right now, you will not regret it. Go out there, check it out. Find it on their again my YouTube channel, JJ Hara. It's the most recent video. It was just amazing, guys. Please subscribe to the channel. We want to just impact more people. Subscribe, like, comment, share it. I mean, just man, we're doing this for you guys. I hope you guys understand that the Hara family page is for you guys to bring value, to help you guys, to motivate you, to inspire you guys. Just be here, guys. So let me go ahead and give you guys some shout outs. Shara, big shout out. Edwin says, Ruby, Llorona. For sure. Quiere llorar. Let's go ahead and make her cry. I made that face of happiness when JJ got on my live yesterday as well. Who is that? Rodrigo. There you go, bro. Hey, by the way, it was a great live, brother. It's a great live. April, your guys' friend from Cheer, right? From Rendon. How are you? Guys, go and check out that video on YouTube. I'm telling you right now, it's good. And I'm not saying this because it's me. I'm just saying it's good. You're gonna find out things about Tim that for sure you don't know. Lauren, how are you? Man, Brian made it to office today.
Oh, you did?
He did. It was a pleasure seeing him. Anna, what's going on, Anna? You have to shout. Anna, keep up the great work with your videos, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
On fire. All right.
I'm actually recording them, and I'm gonna put them up on my story.
There you go. See, you got to keep doing it. We got Carlos from Arizona, bro. Are you gonna be out of here, Carlos, next weekend for a Driven Boot Camp?
This weekend.
Oh, this weekend. This coming up weekend. Jenny says, thank you, our family, for having Tim. You're very welcome.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for following. Thank you for always supporting the Har family. You know, if you're here on this page right now, it's because you know us through social media, most of you guys, and so we do this to help you guys. We're just an average family.
Yeah.
Average family that we argue almost every day because that's what people do, right? No me quieras tanto, hombre, right? But look, we just want to help you guys. You know, we have a dog like many of you guys do, and she's
not a dog.
Our baby.
Call her dog.
We spoil her. But Omar, what's going on, bro? Good to see you, man. I see that you're freaking all the way out there in Dubai, and man, you're just making moves, bro. You're having a good time. Fabian was here, and I mean, a lot of you guys were here. So thanks for joining. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Floor cousin just joined right now. Any questions you guys have? We have I will stay here another 5-10 minutes. Till 9 o'clock, but and any questions that, or what's your biggest takeaway? And if you guys want to go ahead and just put your questions here, your comments, anything that you learned from Tim. Wasn't Tim on point?
He was.
I mean, I saw Albert jump on here. Grant jumped on the live. I mean, it was a great. Great live, and again, we do this for you guys, just to help you guys with anything that you guys may be going through. But if you guys have any questions, you guys type in. Oh, there's one here. I don't know if it was for Tim, but advice for scaling. So somebody says advice for scaling or selling a family-owned business. Man. So first of all, you got to make up your mind. You're going to sell it or you're going to scale it, right? So what do you want to do? So I don't know if you're still here, but they said advice on how to scale a family business or how to scale the business. So I would say first, just make up your mind. What is it that you want to do? Because if you want to scale it, there's multiple different ways that you can scale a family business. Man, leverage a whole family, and there's many ways you can do that. Or sell it. You know, find out what's the best way for you, obviously, as a family. If it's a family business, you know, find out what's the best interest for the whole family, and then just take it from there. But Anna says, OMG, thank you, love the Har family. Thank you so much for your support, Anna. Thank you so much. By the way, here on the IG or on Facebook, thanks for being here. Juan Osal La Jefa, that's right. We have Doña Mari's Tortillas watching on Facebook. So somebody says here, biggest takeaway, we must embrace others that are doing well. Man, Anna, wasn't that good?
Yes, that was.
Wasn't that good, Anna?
Good, yeah.
Like, damn, like, you know, a lot of times we play like low key, we're little haters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Low key, we're like we oh no, pues se crema muy or whatever. No. Man, why can't we just embrace people, man? Why can't we just support them? Why can't we just say, man, you know what? God, bro, or girl, whatever. Man, good for you. Good for you. As a matter of fact, like, what do you think I should do? You know what I mean? Here's what I do know about people that are doing bigger and better things than us. For the most part, 9 out of 10 will want to give you back and will want to do, like, for you to do better. 9 out of 10. There's going to be that one prick, that one dummy that just, you know, they don't want you to come up. That's going to be probably 1 out of 10. But for the most part, people that are doing good, people that are doing good, they just want to help out. Like they'll tell you what they're doing, what's working for them, and they're good. You know what I mean? So I just feel it's there's plenty of everything.
Oh yeah.
Like there's plenty of business for everyone, and there's no need to be hating and like, oh, okay, no, like guys, if you have that mindset, it's because you're thinking too small, and you have a scarcity mindset. You know what I mean? Because when you believe in abundance, see, somebody, Carlos just put the word abundance. When you believe in abundance and you believe that there's enough for everyone, and the more you do for others, the more you receive, nothing like that trips you out. Nothing like that like scares you. You know what I mean? You just want to help others. So I love the fact that he touched on that. Maria says, when is your group coaching starting? So we're starting 1 or 2 weeks from now. Maria, if you're referring to the real estate group coaching, we're starting 1 or 2 groups from 2 weeks from now, and we're still finalizing stuff. Edwin says, great stuff, fam. Love you. Keep it up. Yeah, brother. Hey, by the way, it was great golfing with you yesterday, bro. Hey, my pinche legs were sore. And Damien said that his lower back was sore because he stopped by the office. He's like, oh, you're sore? I go, hell yeah. So my back's a little sore, but my legs, whoo, they're sore. But it was a good time. We had a good time. Yeah, vamos a poner sábila ahorita. Anna says, yes, if you want good, then wish good. For sure, man. People understand there's so much abundance out there. So much abundance out there. It's not even funny. We just have to like, man, we just have to like understand that and believe that there's enough abundance for everyone.
There is.
Enough to go around, people. Flor Prima, she says, yes, completely agree. Your success, my happiness. Thank you, Prima. She's
a big supporter. Thank you, Prima.
You're like one of our biggest supporters. Yes. That like always sharing, commenting, liking, I just thank you so very much. Thank you.
I really, really appreciate you.
Yeah. Thank you. I mean, all of you guys are here. Obviously, you guys are supporters, and I just love that. And yeah, man. So Edwin says, "Están viejitos." I'm Peloches Joey says, I'm a beast though. Yeah, he kicked their asses. I think he made he made like $100 yesterday. Wow. He hustled Edwin and myself.
So yeah, he's what, 20?
He straight out he hustled us money. But anyhow, guys, listen, it was a great live. Thanks if you're joining us here on Facebook. Thanks for joining. Make sure you go and follow us on Instagram at the JJ. I'm sorry, not the J. That's my personal. _Hara family. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram. That way you can go ahead and just follow our lives. And if you're on Facebook or Instagram, I'm telling you right now, guys, go and watch the podcast with Tim Storey and myself. Go and watch this replay. Like, it was good, huh?
Yeah. Like, I do want to watch it again.
I'm serious. You have to go back and watch the replay. Yeah. Go watch the replay. Go watch go and show support, some love to again the Hart family and myself, and go watch the podcast and go and like, hit a comment and share it. Just subscribe to the channel. We had like 67, 69 followers as of like 2 hours. I'm on it. So you guys are like a few of you guys here, on Facebook. Go and subscribe to the channel. Show some love, show some support. Go watch that video. I'm telling you right now, the podcast, it's fire. It's fire. It really is. It really is. So, Sobrino, Dios los bendiga. We have your tia here on Facebook.
Oh, my tia.
Hola, tía. And muchas gracias por siempre estar ahí comentando y dándonos ánimo ahí en Facebook. Flora, we have your mom here on Facebook. Tenemos a Flora acá en Instagram. Tenemos a mom and daughter. But listen, it's all good, guys. Fabian says, see you at the boot camp. Yeah, bro, I'm going to see you guys on Saturday. We're going to be rolling up with the big boys, and it's going to be great. It's going to be a great weekend for sure. She betting ended up winning. Yeah, man. So that's how it is, man. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, bro. But anyhow, guys, great live. Thanks for joining. And if you guys have any other questions, go ahead and send us a DM us on our personal social or to the family page here. Other than that, go ahead and enjoy this replay. You guys go ahead and hit it on the replay. And thank you so much for being here, okay?
Thank you,
See you guys next Monday. Let's go.